Welcome to i-TUTOR Economics NCERT series. In the last chapter, we had covered till the topic WTO, and today we are going to start with the functions of World Trade Organization. Let's remember that WTO is not just a trade body. It is the global referee of international trade, ensuring that trade flows smoothly, fairly, and predictably among countries. So let's look at the functions of WTO. First function is that implementation of and administration of agreement. That is, the WTO helps to implement, administer, and operate the various multilateral trade agreements made under its framework. In simple words, it ensures that whatever rules countries have agreed upon are properly followed. For example, if India and USA have agreed on reducing tariffs under a WTO agreement, the WTO keeps track of whether both sides are following it. And the second function is that it provides the forum for negotiation among its members. That is, the WTO acts as a platform where member countries meet regularly to negotiate trade issues and make new agreements. This promotes continuous dialogue and cooperation among nations to remove trade barriers. For example, new trade topics like e-commerce or digital trade can be discussed and negotiated here. And the third function is that it administers the understanding on rules and procedures governing the settlement of disputes. That means the WTO has a dispute settlement body, that is DSB, that resolves trade conflicts between member nations. It follows a set of rules and timelines to ensure fair and quick resolution, ideally within 18 months. For example, if the European Union imposes a ban on Indian seafood, India can take the case to WTO for settlement. And the final function is it cooperates with IMF and World Bank and its affiliated agencies with a view to achieving greater coherence in global economic policy making. That means WTO works closely with IMF and the World Bank to ensure global economic stability and policy coordination. This cooperation helps in harmonizing trade, finance, and development policies at the global level. For example, during global financial crisis, such coordination helps countries balance trade and monetary policies together. Now, achievements of WTO or achievements of World Trade Organization. Since its establishment in 1995, the WTO has made several important contributions toward promoting free and fair international trade. So, first, use of restrictive measures for BOP problems has declined markedly. That means earlier many countries used import restrictions and trade barriers to protect their BOP position. After the WTO agreements, such restrictive measures have significantly reduced. Countries now handle BOP issues through structural reform and international cooperation and not protectionism. For example, developing countries like India, they have gradually reduced quantitative import restriction since joining the WTO. And the second achievement is that services trade has been brought into the multilateral system and many countries, as in goods, are opening their market for trade and investment. That means for the first time, trade in services like banking, insurance, telecom, education, and transport was brought under the global trading system through the GATS. GATS means General Agreement on Trade in Services. This has encouraged countries to open their markets for both trade and investment in services. And what is the impact for India there? India has greatly benefited due to its strong IT and service sector exports. And the third one, the Trade Policy Review Mechanism has created a process of continuous monitoring of trade policy developments, that is TRPM. The TRPM ensures transparency in members' trade policies. It regularly monitors and reviews the trade practices of countries. This promotes accountability and discourages unfair trade practices. For example, WTO reviews India's trade policies every few years, giving feedback on reforms and global commitments. Now, do you know what are the major functions of WTO? The WTO performs several important functions to ensure smooth, fair, and transparent international trade among its member countries. What are those functions? Administering WTO trade agreements. That means the WTO is responsible for implementing and administering all multilateral trade agreements that come under its framework, such as those on goods, that is GATS, services, that is GETS, and intellectual property, TRIPS. So this ensures uniform rules and stability in global trade. And the second function is it's a forum for trade negotiations. The WTO provides a permanent platform for member nations to negotiate trade agreements and discuss issues related to trade liberalization. This helps reduce tariffs, resolve conflict, and promote global cooperation, as I have told you earlier. And the third function is handling trade disputes. The WTO's dispute settlement body handles trade disputes among member countries. It ensures that trade conflicts are settled fairly, promptly, and based on agreed rules, not through unilateral actions. And the fourth one, monitoring national trade policies. Through the trade policy review mechanism, the WTO regularly reviews and monitors the trade policies and practices of its member countries. This promotes transparency and helps maintain consistency with WTO rules. And the fifth one, it provides technical assistance and training for developing countries. That means the WTO provides training, technical support, and capacity building programs to help developing and least developed countries understand and implement trade agreements effectively. Okay. And the last function is that cooperation with other international organizations. The WTO cooperates closely with organizations like IMF, World Bank, and UNCTAD to ensure greater coherence in global economic policy making. Okay. Now, WTO and India. India is a founding member of World Trade Organization and strongly supports a multilateral trade system that promotes fair and free global trade. India enjoys most favored nation status and also grants the same status to all other WTO members, ensuring non-discriminatory trade relations. And what are the benefits of WTO membership for India? Yes, first one, increased import for development. That is, by reducing tariff rates on raw materials, capital goods, and components, India has been able to import more resources necessary for its industrial and infrastructural development. And the second one, market access without bilateral agreements. That is, through WTO membership, India gains market access in several countries without having to sign individual bilateral trade agreements. And third one, access to advanced technologies. WTO membership enables India to import modern technology at cheaper cost, helping industries to improve productivity and competitiveness. Then, quick dispute redressal. That is, India can use the WTO's dispute settlement body to resolve trade disputes more quickly and fairly, ensuring protection of its trade interest. And the last one, information advantage for exporters. That means Indian exporters benefit from greater access to global market information, helping them expand exports and compete internationally. Now, trade blocs. Let's start with a simple idea. Countries don't exist in isolation. They trade, share resources, and grow together. To make this cooperation stronger and avoid unnecessary competition, countries form trade blocs. Now, what is meant by this trade bloc? A trade bloc is a group of countries that join together to promote mutual trade and economic cooperation by reducing trade barriers like tariffs, quotas, and restrictions. In short, trade bloc is equal to group of countries plus economic cooperation plus fewer trade barriers. Now, what are the purpose of this trade bloc? First function is that it to increase trade among member countries. Okay, then to protect domestic industries from outside competition. Third one, to boost regional development. Then to strengthen political and economic ties among members. So these are the purposes of trade blocs. Now, do you know what are the types of economic integration or the forms of trade blocs? So let's understand the four main types in increasing order of integration. What is the first one? First one is FTA, that is Free Trade Agreement. What is meant by FTA? Countries remove tariffs and quotas among themselves. Each country maintains its own trade policy towards non-members. For example, SAFTA, IFTA, the SAFTA means South Asian Free Trade Area, IFTA, European Free Trade Association. So that's about Free Trade Agreement. The second one, Custom Union. It is like an FTA plus a common external tariff for non-members. So no internal tariff plus same tariff policy for outsiders. For example, Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg. Okay. Then third one, Common Market. It includes all features of a customs union. Also follows trade movement of labor and capital among member nations. For example, European Common Market. Then fourth one, Economic Union. It is the most advanced form of integration. It includes a common market plus custom unions and also common monetary and fiscal policies. Freedom of movement for goods, services, labor and capital are also included. For example, EU, that is European Economic Union or European Union is an example. Now let's look at some important trade blocs, their headquarters and year of establishment. First one, SAARC, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Headquarters is in Kathmandu and year of establishment is 1985. Then ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So headquarters is in Bangkok and year of establishment 1967. Then BRICS, its headquarters is in Shanghai and year of establishment is 2001. Okay, now let's look at it one by one. First one, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that is SAARC. Okay, let's start with a simple idea. SAARC is like a family of South Asian countries that decided to work together for development, friendship and cooperation. Do you know when and why it was formed? It was established in 8 December 1985 and the purpose was to promote economic growth, social progress and cultural development and to strengthen friendship and cooperation among South Asian countries. So think of SAARC as a regional club to help each other grow instead of competing too harshly. And who are the member countries here? When it started there were 7 members. Who are they? Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Later in 2007, Afghanistan joined as the 8th member. Okay, so remember that its headquarters is in Kathmandu, Nepal and it was established in 16 January 1987. This is the SAARC Secretariat. It's like the main office that coordinates all activities. And about its summit, the first summit was held at Dhaka, that is in Bangladesh in 1985. And SAARC meets once in every 2 years. And 20th SAARC summit was held in Sri Lanka in 2018. And each summit is like a big family meeting where leaders discuss new goals and cooperation plans. Now, what are the objectives of SAARC? To accelerate economic and social development of member nations through joint programs and projects, sharing of technology and knowledge and also promoting regional peace and stability. Okay, let's look at it one by one. First one, promote the welfare of people of South Asia. The main goal of SAARC is people's welfare, improving living standards, reducing poverty and making South Asia a better place to live. So for the people and by the region. Second one, accelerate economic growth, social progress and cultural development. SAARC wants to help its members grow together, not just economically but also socially and culturally. That is a all-round development. Third one, to promote and strengthen collective self-reliance. Instead of depending too much on outside countries, SAARC countries want to help each other become self-sufficient. For example, sharing technology, trade and ideas within South Asia itself. Then fourth one, build mutual trust, understanding and appreciation. That is, it encourages members to understand and trust each other, because without trust, no cooperation is possible. So let's solve problems together, not fight over them like that. Fifth one, promote collaboration and mutual assistance in key areas. SARC promotes teamwork in many fields: economic, social, cultural, technical and scientific. For example, joint research, training programs, cultural exchanges, etc. Sixth one, strengthen cooperation with other developing countries. SARC doesn't work alone. It also connects with other developing nations to share experiences and progress together. Global South helping each other is an example. Then, work together in international forums. SARC members join hands in global discussions on issues like trade, environment or development. Then, cooperate with international and regional organizations. SARC also partners with other organizations that have similar goals like UN, ASEAN or the African Union to expand cooperation, like teamwork beyond borders. Now, functions of SARC. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation performs the following key functions to promote peace, progress and cooperation among its members. What are they? Maintaining cooperation in the region. That is, SARC encourages collaboration among member nations in social, economic, cultural and technical field. For example, joint programs on agriculture, education and health. Then, second one, preventing and addressing common problems. SARC focuses on solving regional challenges such as poverty, illiteracy, environmental degradation and natural disasters. Then, ensuring strong relationships among member nations. It strengthens ties through regular summits, dialogue and cultural exchanges. Then, removing poverty through developmental programs. SARC runs projects to improve living standards and promote inclusive growth. For example, SARC Development Fund supports poverty reduction initiatives. Then, prevention of terrorism in the region. SARC promotes regional peace and security by cooperating to curb terrorism and cross-border crimes. It focuses on collective safety and stability. So, a mnemonic is CPRPT, that is cooperation in region, prevention of common problems, relationship strengthening, poverty removal, terrorism prevention. Okay. Now, achievements of SARC. Even though SARC faces many challenges, it has achieved noticeable progress in promoting cooperation and development among South Asian nations. So, first, SARC Preferential Trading Agreement. It was signed to reduce tariff and non-tariff barriers among member nations and promote intra-regional trade. And the motive is to move towards a South Asian free trade area. Then, formation of technical committees. Committees were set up for cooperation in agriculture, communication, education, health, population, rural development, science and technology, and tourism. These promote knowledge sharing and joint action. Then, information exchange on poverty reduction. SARC has a three-tier mechanism for sharing data and best practices on poverty alleviation programs. This helps members learn from each other's success stories. Fourth one, SARC Agricultural Information Center in 1988. It was established in Dhaka to serve as a central hub for agricultural information covering areas like fishery, forestry and crops. It helps improve regional food security. Then, South Asian Development Fund. It was created to finance projects in human resource development, infrastructure and poverty reduction. It supports growth-oriented initiatives in member countries. However, despite these achievements, intra-SARC trade remains low. Only about 3% of total trade among members in the last 30 years, and political tensions and poor connectivity limit progress. So, I'll tell you quick mnemonics to remember the achievements of SARC. So, the mnemonics is TIPS A. What is that? T. Technical Committee. I. Information exchange on poverty reduction. P. Preferential Trading Agreement, that is SAPTA. Then S. SARC Agricultural Information Center, that is SAIC. Then A, South Asian Development Fund, that is SADF. So these are the achievements of SARC. So we have told about SARC. What is the full form of SARC? Do you know what is the full form of SARC? South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, and its headquarters is in Kathmandu, that is in Nepal. Then we told about the objectives, functions, and to remember the functions, we told about a mnemonic CPRPT. Okay, then achievements of SARC. So we had covered about WTO and SARC in this class. Hope you understand. For more related contents, do like, share and subscribe.